Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon. Grab a cup of coffee, okay? Or like me, clean water, okay? Clean water with a little lemon. Yeah, sit tight and enjoy the show. Today, guys, we have someone really special. I really admire the work. And it's really interesting. And I wanted to talk to her for a long time, and she said yes. I mean, I didn't ask her if she wanted to marry me, right? Yeah, something different. So she said yes to come on the podcast and talk about basically her career, her stuff, her life as a streamer, as a broadcaster, and as a voice actor. Don't mind the picture. It's totally fine. Okay? Everything's fine. Hello, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so fine. I'm so happy to have you on the show. I mean, not so big one yet. Let me switch off the mobile. I mean, my phone. So done. So I can talk to you without, I get disturbed. I'm so happy to have you on. I'm so nervous. Like I told you before, you're the first female streamer voice actor that I know. I mean,
wow.
I have on the podcast, right? Like voice actor, 100%. How are you doing?
I'm very good. I did sleep in a little bit, so I have my coffee here with me.
That's awesome. So you're a coffee drinker. So you love your coffee, right? Okay.
I love coffee.
That's also what I ask sometimes, the people, okay, coffee, tea, and then, sometimes they get also angry with me. What you can say about tea? Tea is really great, So funny.
I like both.
I talked to you earlier, not today, not a little bit before, and you went to UK. Is it right?
Yes, I'm there right now, actually, in a secret, undisclosed location.
100% London, like all the others.
I am not in London.
Oh, wow. Did you do some sightseeing?
I haven't been able to do any sightseeing because of the lockdown. I got here and everything got locked down. So I've been just enjoying the countryside a little bit and
That's awesome.
Going for nice long walks when it hasn't been pouring rain. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How is it different from where you are from? I think you're from USA, right?
I'm actually from Canada. And I'm Canadian. And culturally, it's very similar. I find it feels more similar here than it does when I would go to visit the United States. So
awesome.
It's been very, very easy to stay here.
I guess also the language, right? No barrier, nothing.
No barrier. And I've been over here many times before, and this is the first time I've been to a country where it's my first language. So
cool.
It's easy.
That's really nice. Can I ask you, okay, like if the first thing, usually I see all the female streamers, they have a cam. Why you not? Why you not? I mean, it's just a question. It's just, it's like really interesting. If you say, okay, I like my privacy, this kind of thing, or I don't mind, what do you think about that?
When I first started streaming, I did use a camera, and yes, I did use a camera, and I just didn't. I never felt comfortable, and I didn't like being like the feeling of being observed. And
gotcha.
and there came a point where I was thinking to myself, I dreaded every time I started to stream, and this was right in the beginning when you only have a handful of viewers, and so I had to decide: am I going to stop doing this, or am I going to do it without a camera and just try? And so that's what I ended up doing. And I have been considering using a camera again now that I
Ooh.
have more moderators and viewers and stuff like that, and I have a little bit of a community around me. So that might be coming soon.
That's interesting. I really love that. I mean, I love your view, right? I get
Yeah.
it. I get it on one point, that everybody's looking, you have to be careful that you don't take your finger in the nose or, in the ears, whatever, right? So that's one thing. I totally get it. Also you as a female streamer, I don't know. I've heard so many things that it's harder to grow a community as a female streamer. So I thought, okay, you take the no camera and make it as your advantage because nobody can say, man, she's showing her boobs. You know what I mean? And for this, you have that many views, right? So I
Yeah,
think,
and also I'm a voice actor, so
yeah.
if you can see if you are if it's only my voice,
Mhm.
that's 100% the focus is the voice and the
Yeah, about this I will
engagement.
talk
Yeah.
with you as well. I have so many questions about that. That's crazy. What came first for you, by the way? Did it like streaming came first, or like let's say broadcasting, or the voice acting career, or like what you did? What came
Twitch
first?
came first. So
Okay.
I um I started on Twitch and a little bit of YouTube and um over the course of a year or so,
Mhm.
people would say, "Oh, you have a fantastic voice. You
Oh, you
should,"
do.
and they would start, asking me to do things like their Twitch alerts,
Oh yeah,
or if they had a charity stream, to do live, charity reads, or if they had some type of event, I would end up broadcasting on it.
that's cool. I
And
I mean, I really love your voice. Your voice is
thank you.
the first thing okay, I'm in Persley's chat almost all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because first of all, I love how he's playing. I like the style. That's like what I really admire. The second thing, I like him as person. He's a really great person. The third thing is I want to
Mhm.
have him on a podcast. And then you came in. I said, what? So I reached out, yeah, and here we are.
Yeah.
What do you think, by
Yeah.
the way? What do you think about? I mean, Pesley as a person is really awesome, and what he's doing for the community. What do you think? It's great, huh? It's really awesome.
Yeah, so I didn't know who he was. I never played Escape from Tarkov.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody in the community. I think the first time I was on, it was him and Dr. Lupo, and I didn't know either of them. Um, I was just hired to be voice talent, and I didn't know
Okay.
anything about the community. And I thought they were really, really nice, professional, lovely people. And Pestily, and his wife, who manages a lot of the behind the scenes things,
Yeah.
were just so great at getting everything set up, and um, they were just really like it was like a really professional operation. So I really respected it from that point of view. And then since then, obviously, I've been on several other of his
Oh yeah.
streams, and have worked with him a lot more since then. And yeah, he's a really really kind, considerate person.
That's cool. What else you do in voice acting? I mean, you had like I said, you do a lot like charity, or you do like a lot. How's it called? You do a lot jobs for other people on stream. You do alerts and so on. But you have also
Mhm.
I've seen you have a webpage. So everybody who
Yes.
wants to know about you, I will put the webpage as well below so they can contact you for voice acting. You know
Yes. RealAmandaLive.com.
exactly. I've seen that, but I've seen you don't have an Instagram. Why?
I recently got an Instagram and
Oh,
TikTok.
okay.
I'll have to send them to you. But yeah, I recently got an Instagram and a TikTok. So
That's nice.
I'll post the link to my Instagram in our
I
phone
make sure
call.
I make sure that we put this down in the videos. I also send you later the
Real
link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Amanda Live is my Instagram, and I believe my TikTok is Real Amanda TTV.
Okay.
Um, so I'm trying to use more social media. I'm trying to, when I go live, sometimes I'll
Mm.
take a little video saying, "Hi, I'm going live,
You
and
do
here
well.
I am."
I've seen it. I've
Um,
seen. I've seen a lot of stuff. Also, the webpage. I like the webpage. It's simple. It's easy. easy to
Yes.
use. It's really, really
Mhm.
nice. So you have
Um,
also, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, yeah, I don't know where the question was that led to this, but yes,
Okay.
I'm trying to be more active on social media.
Yeah. I also want to know, you are also on Fiverr. Do you offer your services like to the public, or basically because of Pestly and all the community, now you get a lot more work, or like people come to you because of these events, because of your stream? How do you get usually like the work as a voice actor?
So the majority of work I do is radio,
Really?
traditional radio, and
Wow.
I do a lot of radio commercials. And I normally will get the stations that will hire me. I'm sort of on their
Okay.
retainer, so they have maybe like a stable of voice talent that when one of their clients says, hey, we're a car dealership, we want
Mm.
this kind of voice, or we're, a bar and we want this kind of voice, they have a stable of talent that they can choose from. And so normally the commercial producer will say, hey, this is a good one for you, would you like to do
Yeah.
it? And then I'll do it. So that's the majority of my work is radio right now. I'm not on Fiverr. I've considered it. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I feel like the prices are very low on there
No, the
compared
thing is,
to
the thing
normal talent.
Yeah, the thing is, okay, the thing is quality, right? So
Yeah,
we talk about service that you set up, and depends on your quality. You have also like, that's on for this. I like Fiverr because you can set up the price how much you want, right?
yeah,
There's only a top limit, but you can always do a custom price. So
yeah,
let's say someone wants something from you, you have the base offer, and then when he wants something different, you can say, okay, I make you a custom offer. So for
yeah.
this, I like either you take it or you don't take it. It's really anonymous. It's like how's it called? Anonymous,
Anonymous, yeah.
anonymous. Yeah, I'm German, by the way. Sorry for that. I butchered the word of that.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, guten Tag. Here we go. That's really good. And so it's really anonymous, and either you take the offer or not, right?
Yeah,
It's
I've
really it's
considered
really that
it,
simple.
certainly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get a lot of high paid clients there. Like the companies look also on Fiverr. So
Yeah.
basically, when you have companies who look for something to do, that has to be done, for example, my video editing or my thumbnail artist or whatever, I found everything on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Now I say I consider them really, really good, and then I say, okay, I stick with you. You work for me or you work with me, right? It's not for me, it's with me. And you know, you find the people that are really qualified even on Fiverr.
Yeah,
But for
exactly.
this,
And
I just ask. It's
I feel like if I was on Fiverr, it would be hard to be competitive because I would price myself a little bit higher than what they have. I would use
yeah,
my normal rates and industry standard rates. And I find that a lot of times gig economy sites like that tend to undervalue talent, and no one should really be undervalued like that,
yeah,
especially when you think about the time and the money and the training that goes into all these creative professions. So, for example, for me, not only have I been doing this for a couple of years now,
yeah.
but I regularly go to classes and
Really?
yes, yes.
What kind of
And
classes?
so I've done a lot of, so you can't just, I always compare having a good voice and voice acting to being a beautiful person and being an actor. So just because you are the prom queen doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're necessarily going to be good at acting.
Okay.
And that's the same way about a voice. Just because you have a good voice doesn't mean you're going to automatically be good at voice
That's true.
acting.
That's true. You
And
also
you need,
you.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
You need to know, when a director or producer brings you into audition, you need to know how the audition process is. You need to know how to warm up your voice and take care of your voice so
Oh
that
yeah.
you don't get burnt out. You need to know when they describe what they want using that industry standard language, you need to know what they're looking for and how to achieve it. Um, and so there's a lot of, and there's so many techniques and and
I know that from singing.
technical things. Yeah,
I
it's
know that
very
from
similar
singing
to singing. Yeah.
because I'm still into music. I love music. I totally love music, and I'm really good at singing. I don't want to like put it out there. I mean, I consider myself good. Okay, but my trainer had like these unconventional, let's say, methods to warm up your voice. Like humming in the morning or all these kind of things. This is like what, just even if you have like your, how's it called? When you wake up, your wake up voice, it's like really deep and it's like really crazy and it's like a
Hmm.
little bit itching maybe in the throat, just to warm up all this, the vocal lines. No, how's it called?
The vocal cords.
Vocal
Yeah.
cords and all these kind of things. This was so interesting. I said, man, that's really awesome. And also to speak, like you said, when you have to talk a lot time, or let's say a long time, that you don't get exhausted talking, right? So if
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
breathing exercises and all this other stuff, so breathe with your whole core, even the lower core. So these things, I fully understand you.
Yeah,
I
so there's
really
a lot
understand
of
you.
that. And then, of course, for the different types of voice acting, there are different techniques you need to use. And so that's, my voice coach regularly hosts like a weekly Zoom meeting where
Hmm.
everyone can bring scripts they're working on or challenges they're having. And it's normally a group of 8 students, and everyone kind of works through their scripts and everything together. And um, anyway, it's important, and all that time and training and effort, I think, needs to be taken into account when
Yeah,
you value yourself on any
100%.
platform, Fiverr
That's
or
this
anything like that.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that because you took, you put the time and effort in, right? And you learn something, and you put something out again, and yeah, either
And of course,
like I
you're going
said,
to be
either you pay for
delivering,
it or not.
yeah, yeah, and you're going to be delivering a better product because of all
Oh
of
yeah,
that. So, yeah.
100%. You do also like child, let's say serious, or let's say I think your voice would be perfect like for like I don't know, how's it for Disney figurines, whatever. I mean, I really
Yeah,
mean it.
I've done a couple. I haven't done a lot of animation or gaming.
Okay.
I've done a little of both. Um, but for a lot of those type of jobs, you do need to have a specific agent
Okay.
for those industries. So post coronavirus, that is definitely something I want to do more of. I have done a little bit of gaming. I've definitely done some of the Disney, fairy style voices.
That's
But
awesome.
as I get a little bit older, I definitely have what they call a more
What you
mature
mean?
voice.
What you
So
mean?
most of
You're 16 maybe, or maybe 17. Come on, you're getting
those
older.
Disney princess style voices are normally
Hmm.
done by 18 to 20-year olds.
Yeah, your
and
age.
I'm
You're maybe 22, maybe.
and I am certainly not 22.
Okay.
So I tend to play more of like a fairy godmother
Okay.
or an evil witch or something like that. But I've certainly done my fair share of Barbie Disney style
Really?
voices.
I can't
Yes.
imagine you as an evil witch. Honestly.
Mhm.
No.
Yep. I've
Hmm.
done some evil some evil things. And I've done several mods, like game mods, so for like
Hmm.
Skyrim and Fallout and things like that,
Really?
where
Skyrim
yes,
Fallout? Awesome.
Skyrim,
That's cool.
yeah. So where you are like and I've done a lot of NPC kind of
NPCs.
work,
Okay. That's
NPCs
cool.
or companions, that type of thing, which I really, really like.
That's cool.
I like being an NPC.
I mean, the NPCs are okay. You don't seem stupid or boring, right? But the NPCs sometimes, when they make the NPCs, with the voice line and they stay just there, you say, "Come on, are you for real?" You know,
Yeah,
so funny, especially on
yeah.
Skyrim. I mean, sometimes these people, I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, they might have 500 lines to do, and maybe that was
Yeah,
the
I
one that
know.
was
100%.
the one that was that was the end of the day line, maybe.
No. I mean not the voice, but I mean how they code the NPCs or what they let them
Yeah,
do or what they when they say sometimes what the heck, what's going on? Mm.
walking into walls and
Yeah. Let's go back to your streaming. How did you thought about streaming? Did you ever, do you had like a idol or do you had someone that you looked up to and you said, "Wow, I want to do that"?
yeah. So I started. I loved games like SimCity, City Skyline, Skyrim,
Oh,
City Skylines,
yeah, see Skylines.
Skyrim, all
Yeah.
those type of things, Sims. And I used to watch a lot on YouTube, a ton on YouTube.
Okay.
And then as I would watch gaming on YouTube, I noticed that some of them would start saying, "Hey, I'm streaming on Twitch now.
Mm.
So you can watch the broadcast on YouTube or you can come watch it live on Twitch."
Yeah.
So I would start watching people on Twitch. And I quickly noticed that there wasn't really a big difference if you were watching someone who wasn't super engaging versus
Mm.
somebody who
Oh yeah.
I would might as well just watch that on YouTube. But then I found some smaller streamers, people who had like 20, 30 viewers, where it was extremely engaging. And that engagement is what kind of sparked the fire in me because I would record on YouTube and post on YouTube, and it just felt very quiet and alone. There was no
Oh
interaction.
yeah. That's true.
And then I went to Twitch, started meeting people, and they encouraged me to start streaming on Twitch. So, and those, and one of those people, a couple of those people still are friends today. So,
That's cool. That's what I love on the community. I mean, once you're in some community, right? Once you build something up and you have like the core people, like it's like family, it's like friends. That's what I really love on being like a broadcaster, right?
mhm,
Either on Twitch or whatever. Once you build your own community, they stick with you.
mhm,
That's what I really love. And
yeah.
before you did I think you did like normal school, I guess, like college, all this other stuff, right?
Yeah, I I went to university, and I worked for a tech startup for quite a while,
Okay.
5 or 6 years, and um, it was very busy. It was a no days off type of job,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was exhausting. And I would stream and do a little acting on the
Mm.
side as a hobby. And then when before Corona, like maybe 6 months before COVID hit,
Yeah.
um, I parted ways with that company. It was just I loved them and I loved that what we did, but it
Mm.
was had been 5 or 6 years of traveling all the time. I would fly and travel like 12 to 16 weeks out of the year, and I it was just all the time, 24/7, and it was a lot, and I was getting really burnt out. So I
Oh,
took
okay.
some time off. I took some time off, and I just did a lot of voice classes and Twitch, and um, explored a lot of my hobbies. And then COVID hit
Oh
right
yeah.
as I was starting to get really into acting.
Infamous
Um,
COVID.
Yes, so that happened right when I started really getting into acting. So luckily, I had a lot of those things ready and in place, like recording equipment and a studio all ready to go from when I was taking my time off. So I was in a better place than most to continue working throughout lockdown. So
Okay.
yeah.
Did you do like management or for a tech company? I mean, when you travel a lot, what kind of stuff did you do? Like acquisition or?
I was a client manager, so
Okay. Ah, I
there
gotcha.
was so my main job um, was making sure the clients were successful with our
Yeah,
products. And
hanging out with the clients, making sure everything is fine.
Yes, exactly. Answering the phone,
Oh
at
yeah,
midnight because they might be in a different time zone and have an emergency, that kind of thing. So,
I
and I
get that.
really enjoyed it a lot. I loved it, but it was pretty exhausting.
Yeah, for me, example, my example is I always hated the 9 to 5. Like I was always like a little rebel, like a bandit, whatever. I always wanted to do some stuff different. Um, I was like always traveling, so I did my apprenticeship. Right, I went to
Mhm.
Italy 3 years. In Venice, I lived 3 years. Then I said, okay, I have enough again. I went back to Germany. Then I met my wife. Went to Czech Republic. I have my companies in Miami and so on and so on. But I always was like a rebel. I never could work like a normal strict thing, and because I want to do something better. And the most time, your boss or the person that you have to report to, they don't care.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, man, this is not for me. I can't do that. When you can't make your job better, it's always the same, right? I said, okay, thanks. I do my own thing. So I fully understand that. It's getting exhausted, and yeah, I really do that. So you have your equipment, right? You said you have like a lot of stuff. You made your little studio. Not like
Yes.
me. Look at my bedroom. I made my bed this morning. I did shave, okay, a little bit, and I cut my hair, which is not there, so that's fine, right? But we also said the thing is, you said COVID, right? We wanted to move
Yeah.
to Miami at the beginning of the year, but then COVID hit, so we said, nah, 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 nah. We now we stay here. And so I have my little studio in my bedroom. But it's working. It's fine.
Yeah. So I have at home in Canada, I have a dedicated room that
Yeah,
is
that's what I want to do as well.
completely built. It was built completely with recording in mind.
Yeah.
So the walls are extra insulated, and
Yeah.
there are audio acoustic panels everywhere to break up the sound.
Yeah.
Instead of like hard
Hard
concrete
walls.
or
Yeah, yeah,
plaster,
yeah.
we have like a soft like fiber wood,
Mm-hmm.
um, and there's like fabric everywhere. There's like a carpet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's purpose built. So,
That's
and
cool.
then I've come to the UK to visit friends. My friends who I'm visiting turned one of their extra rooms into a little mini studio for me.
Studio.
So I
That's
brought
cool.
my microphone
You
and
have good
audio
friends. You have
equipment.
nice friends.
I do have amazing friends. So
That's
I
cool.
have amazing friends. But luckily they're, a lot of my friends, if they're not streamers, they are very techy. So
Okay.
it's been it's good to have friends to call when you're when you're having tech issues.
That's true. Do you use headphones, by the way? Or you have like me. I mean, I think it's like nice to see the full head, but sometimes when I play games, whatever, I always feel okay. I want to have headphones, but maybe not, maybe yes. Do you use rather headphones? I guess for
Oh,
sound
I
quality and
love
so
them.
on.
Yeah, I have the Steel Series
They're
Arctis
nice. They're
headsets.
nice.
The Arctis I find are the most comfortable. I have a smaller head and I have very small ears.
I wanted to
So
ask, don't they break on you?
no, the Steel Series, the first set of Steel Series that I had lasted like 3 years or something like
Okay.
that for me. I have a newer. I can't remember when I got this one, but they're so comfy, and I like that they have fabric ear cups instead of leather ear
Oh,
cups.
I have a 1990 Pro as well, and they
Mm,
came at the beginning with the leather, and then I said, no, 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 I ordered also the fabric. So this
yeah,
is really comfy as well. I love them as
yeah.
well. For audio
So
purpose is really good. Yeah, you're right.
yes, I like them, and I like having good. I need to have good side tone, and I need to have,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I like these ones. I might upgrade eventually because SteelSeries is definitely a gaming headset, not necessarily an
Mm-hmm.
industry audio headset. It's not like Shure Audio Technica or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
But I
yeah.
really love them, so it'll be a while before I graduate from these.
That's nice. But you use I don't think that you use the integrated microphone, right? The quality is really good, and usually like the integrated microphones are a little bit cracky. They have like a little
Mhm.
weird
I'm
sound, maybe.
using I'm using the Blue Yeti right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like travel microphone. It's nice.
Yes,
It's
I
USB.
love
It's just
Blue
a plug-in,
Yeti.
right? USB, huh? It's
Yep,
just
I feel
USB.
like the Blue Yeti is so easy
Oh yeah,
and cheap and delivers. It's good value. Again, I'll
100%.
probably have to upgrade at some point. All my equipment's gonna need an upgrade, but I feel like the Yeti is a little workhorse. And
Honestly, what I hear and what I've seen, it does not depend on the microphone, because even with the, I don't want to call it cheap, because the quality is really good for the price on the Blue Yeti. You can make the Blue Yeti sound as good as a Rode Podcaster or whatever kind of microphone,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
only with the filters that you use, right? Even this one, the standard microphone, this one, the podcast that I have, is does not sound good. So you have to use filters, you have to set up the audio, you have to do some stuff in order that the people or the end user
Yeah.
basically, right, they
Yeah.
hear the voice the way you want to hear the voice, right?
So I
So
have no This is the Blue Yeti. There's a gain dial on the back. I kind of
yeah,
adjust
yeah,
the gain. I use a pop filter, and
yeah,
that's it. I don't have any equalization or anything like that on the PC side. It's just plug and play.
that's cool.
Um, so I don't have a mixer. I don't have anything. It's just the Yeti and
Mm.
a cheap pop filter.
But it's fine.
And that's
It's
it.
really good.
So
It's really good. It's really good.
yeah,
So you don't lose how's it called? Not pop filter, but you don't use, how's it called? When it
like a
cuts off the
compression.
audio. No, when it cuts off the audio in the back, so the background noise. Or is it the pop filter?
The pop filter is for if you pop your plosives, so P's and
Oh
B's
yeah.
and T's, which I do,
Mm.
unfortunately. And it's just, everybody speaks differently.
Yeah.
But I pop my plosives quite badly.
Oh, that's
And
good. I mean, the quality is really nice.
yeah,
It's
so
really
I
good.
use just a simple pop filter, and that seems to take care of it.
Okay. Was there time you said, I'm done with streaming, I want to go back to a normal job?
No, never. Never
That's good.
ever. There's never been a moment where I thought, no, I'm going to go back to a 9 to 5. Nothing compares. So,
That's once you're free, even if you have less money, you say, man, this is so good. Right?
yep, exactly. I'm
This is so
making
good.
a
Oh.
lot less money than when I worked for a tech company
Mm.
and a lot less money than I could make if I went back to a tech company. But I think that knowing that I could go back,
Mm.
um, is, you know that you're not going to be in trouble because
Yeah.
you have that to fall back on. So I can fall back on it. So I'm not really nervous, but I don't think I never want to. I love
Me
it
as
so much.
well. Me as well. Because at the beginning, for example, I made almost no money. Like really, I had to rely. I just jumped into the cold water when I started with my business. We had nothing, right? And it's already
Mhm.
family. I have a wife, and now we have 4 kids, right? Um, and it's weird, right?
Yeah.
To rely on yourself, and now you're saying, "Damn, this month we didn't make a cent," right? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's weird, right?
Well,
Uh, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to
What?
say that I really do feel that um, content creation is like having a small business, and you really need to
Yeah.
treat it like it's a small business. So,
Oh yeah. 100%.
if you want to make money on Twitch or on YouTube or in any content creation field, you need to treat it like a small business. You're going
I
to
think
have
so
to
as well.
invest.
Oh
You're going to
yeah.
have to invest in yourself and your idea, and you're going to have to really focus and treat it with professionalism if you want it to succeed.
That's true. Also when you have, let's say, a bad day, you can't just stop. You have to just keep going. It's sometimes you
Yeah.
have to blend out the problems that you might have, right? And you have to play a good game, even if it's like a bad day. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Exactly.
So I totally get you there. Right? Game-changing moments. I mean, we talk about the stream, right? We talk about the stream. Is there something you said, wow, I love this so much because of something happened? Do you had like a game-changing moment where you said, this is it? Because I think at the beginning you also start growing your stream, right?
Yeah.
and not all the days were sunshine. Like I'm the same for me. I don't go with the expectation that I didn't go with the expectation that when I start a stream, everybody wants to see me, right? You have to do everything for that, like work with the community and do so on. Go on, and maybe eventually you're lucky,
I
right?
think that the game-changing moment, I've had a couple game-changing moments, but I find that they're normally smaller things. And for me, I definitely, what really makes me think that what I'm doing is worthwhile is when an audience member, a viewer, will send me a message out of the blue,
Okay,
and it will be something like, I really look forward to your streams every day. I'm having a hard time, and
I love
having
that.
you to listen to while I'm working or while I'm going through this other thing,
Yeah,
whatever they might be going through. When I get those type of quiet, off stream, private messages that are just talk about what it means to them and how it helps them,
yeah.
it's a lot, and
It
that's
gives you a
really the
boost. It
game-changing
gives
moment.
you a big boost, huh?
Yeah, and professionally speaking, whenever I look back on my numbers and
Mm-hmm.
I see a slow, gradual build, like a slow exponential growth pattern,
Yeah,
anytime I see that, that is when I think, okay, whatever I'm doing is taking me in the right direction. So those are kind of the moments on either side of the spectrum. One is very holistic and emotional, and the other one is very, cold, hard numbers and
yeah.
facts. But both of those types of things are the moments that propel me forward.
I love that. That's really, really good. I really love that because you get even if you maybe might be down, right? You get those kind of messages. This keeps you going, right? This is like the fuel that you
Yeah.
that you want to stream again. It's like these things.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
like a
nice.
yin and a yang, that emotional side with viewers, and then the technical numbers side where you see the numbers growing. Okay, this game does really well, and
Yeah,
this is going to be a tent pole for me moving forward. So those are like two halves of the equation.
that's cool. Do you have like a routine as a streamer? Like every morning, every day? Is there like a routine that you have? Like, for
Yes,
example, I love because I have 4 kids. They get up at 6 o'clock, so I have to get up at 5:30 to have my 10 minutes of peace. Otherwise, the house is like a war zone, right? They scream, they yell, they cry, throw things. You have to work on the house because they damaged the wall or whatever. Okay, not that bad, guys, not that bad. But there's so much to do with 4 kids. I
that's a lot of
love my
kids.
peace. Yeah, my wife wanted it, so she said, boy, girl. We did it that way. Now I'm done. It's fine. You know. No more is enough. Um, but do you have like a routine? You have something that you say, oh, I look forward to my cup of coffee in the morning, or now it's
Yeah,
time to start up the stream, or do you have like a routine that you go every day?
I
You have to do
do.
that.
Yes. So I'll walk you through my regular routine. So obviously here in the UK, I've been on a bit of vacation, so it's been a little different.
It's
But
different, yeah, 100%.
normally, I don't have any kids, so I don't have to wake up that early. But normally, I'm up
Okay.
at 7. I make a smoothie, go to the gym for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to be back like an hour and a half, and I like to be back around 8:30 or 9. And then I have like a real breakfast.
Okay.
And then I do anything I need to do in my house. I do anything I need to do out in the world before
Yeah, yeah,
noon.
yeah.
And then around
Before it's
11,
getting virtual.
yes, and then around 11 a.m. I start planning for the stream, checking emails, all that type of thing, and then noon to 5 p.m. I'm live, and that's in the weekdays. Noon to 5 Eastern Standard Time.
Easy time. Yeah.
So it's New York City time.
Yeah.
So
How?
that's what I have to do every day. And then when I'm done my stream, I get away from the computer. I normally go
Yeah.
make a nice dinner, spend time with my friends and family, and I try and get into bed before midnight. So that's
Okay.
my routine.
Okay. Can I ask, boyfriend, no boyfriend? Yes, no? Really simple?
I am recently divorced. So
Okay.
I
No more questions. It's fine.
very
Don't worry.
recently divorced. But that's
Okay.
public knowledge. That's very
Okay.
public
It's
knowledge
just
that
I usually don't like to go into details. It's like, okay, yes, no, it's fine. Maybe someone to know.
so I think that I'm legally not single, but technically single because I think
I
it's
gotcha.
like I think
Okay.
6 more months before we can sign the paperwork. So, but I was married for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
we are married 10 years. My wife and me. We are married 10 years.
We didn't make it
11.
to the 10-year mark, but close.
11 now. Wow. 11. 11. My son is 11.
Wow.
Wow. My son is the oldest, 11. My daughter is 9. Then I have another boy, which is 7. And a girl, which is 4. She's the worst. She's like me. That's crazy. That's crazy. With her own head already running around,
That's funny.
It is really funny. Believe me, it's really, really nice. It's really nice. No, it's really nice. I like to be dad.
Yeah.
I see myself in my kids. That's really something that I never thought that I would feel. Right.
They're
I
like
love
little
to see them
clones
grow
of
up.
you. Huh?
Yeah, I love to see them grow up, and I'm happy that I have 4, and now I can see them grow up, and now it's it's up to them. Let's say
Yeah.
in this way. Uh, as Canadian, what
Yes.
is this with the syrup everywhere? Everywhere is
Maple
syrup,
syrup.
maple syrup everywhere. I mean, I love it. I really do
I,
love it. But they
uh-huh.
eat fish with syrup, whatever, man. Meat with syrup.
Yeah. So I brought a liter of maple syrup with me here to the
What?
UK, real maple syrup. So it's not that, golden syrup or it's so different from what
Oh
you
yeah,
buy at the store.
I
It's
know that.
very uh, it's so different, and we use it in a lot of things, not a lot, but a little
Mm.
bit. So, um, for example, like you could put a little bit of it in your tea to sweeten
Oh
it. You could
yeah,
put a little
I do
bit.
the same with honey. Yeah, 100%.
So you use it a lot like honey. So I would use a little bit of honey. So say if I was glazing meat
Mm-hmm.
or something, you might use a little honey in your marinade. We would
Yeah.
use a little maple syrup. It's very
I th-
similar to honey, but a lot runnier and darker because it's been boiled,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Fat
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
boiled.
I've seen how
Um,
they do it. The water almost tastes nothing. The water, when you have like the fresh water from a maple, like from the syrup,
yeah.
right? Before you boil it, it does not taste like anything. It's like a sweet water, like a
Mhm.
Swedish water. Like it's not even
Like
really
sap.
sweet, right? A
Yeah.
sap. Here we go. Yeah. And then they boil it down, and they boil it I don't know how many hours, and then all the water is gone, and you have this brown
Syrup.
mass, right? The syrup, right?
Yeah.
I've
And
never,
there's
s-
different grapes
I've
of
never got an
syrup.
original. I've never got an original like Canadian one. I've tasted years ago a good one, but like you said, I don't think that what you can buy here in the stores is like the real deal. It's always
Absolutely not. I had sent some to here in the UK, I had sent some to a friend. I had
mm,
like a small, like 150 milliliter bottle that I
yeah.
had sent to a friend. And they had told me, "Oh, I don't like maple syrup. I prefer golden syrup."
Oh,
And I
I
thought,
gotcha.
wow, here's a person who's wrong.
Okay.
And I sent them the
How
real
you
maple
can do
syrup.
that?
I
How
sent
you
them the
can
real
do
maple
that?
syrup, and they like drank out of the bottle. They loved it so much.
Oh
They
wow.
completely changed their mind on it. So I knew I was right.
Yeah, a lot of things. Okay, for example, I didn't eat for. I thought I'd do it a month. Okay, but I said I can't do that anymore. So I didn't eat a week, like fasting, like healing fasting. So I
Yep.
just drank broth. So my wife made like soup without all the stuff, the noodles inside. So we made a broth, right? So I drank
Mhm.
all day broth. Now, yesterday, I had made like my first day that I eat something. And she made a Japanese fish soup. I said, what? Are you sure? So she did like boiling 2 fish, like with onions and other stuff, with vinegar. I said, vinegar? I hate vinegar. I can't stand vinegar. I can't stand the smell, nothing. And it turned out awesome. I said, wow, this is so good. Also, we had like the buckwheat noodles.
Yeah.
Okay, my wife is big on health. I'm not so much. I like it because it makes me healthier, right? But so we had buckwheat noodles and so on. It was really, really good. How are you with health? I think when you do sport, right? Health is something really important for you as well. Also like a streamer, right?
Yeah, so I do. So I've really been slacking here. I don't want to know how much I've gained in the past few weeks,
It's
but
holidays. Come
normally,
on.
yeah, it's my holiday. So normally I have every morning I have a smoothie that is completely I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I have a plant-based smoothie every morning that has a ton of vegetable content in it. So they're normally
Yikes.
bright green and, and people are horrified by how they look, but they are, packed full of nutrition
Oh,
and
yeah.
very low calorie. But, there's fruit in it, so you get a little bit of sugar. So the nutrition in it is really, really good. And then I go to the gym and I do about a half hour of cardio and then a half hour of strength training.
I gotcha.
And not like crazy hard. I did my first bench press the other day. I was
Oh,
pretty
wow.
proud of that.
Okay,
But
nice.
I'm not I'm still yeah, I'm still learning. I'm definitely a learner. I'm definitely new to um the health world, but I enjoy going to the gym and having my routine. I enjoy having healthy food, making
Yeah.
smoothies and making healthy recipes. So I definitely enjoy it, and it doesn't feel. I know some people have a lot of trouble waking up in the morning and going to the gym or planning out a healthy meal, but that's not something that I find a chore at all. I really enjoy it.
Okay. I need to say honestly, okay, the green smoothies are not that bad,
They are
especially
not.
because they are either a lemon inside, oranges, whatever you can put in there. And I thought my wife did a celery, kiwi, lemon thing for me with some other stuff. I said, no, it looks weird, and it was okay. Honestly, I need to say it was okay.
Yep.
It's not that weird. Even celery, I said, come on, why you put this in there? You can't do that to me, And she said, no, you have this instead of your coffee, because I'm a coffee lover. I love coffee. The 1 week without coffee, I tasted my coffee again. I said, no way. How horrible is this? Can't tell me that this is my coffee, right?
I still
So,
love coffee though. So
oh
I
yeah,
love coffee.
yes,
I
100%.
sometimes will make cold brew coffee, and then if I'm having a smoothie that's like chocolatey, I will put a little bit of coffee in my smoothie.
Mm. How is cold brew? I think I never had cold brew. Is it just coffee and ice?
No, so cold brew is when you have filter, like just kind of clean filtered water,
Yeah.
and you put it in your French press or whatever,
Yeah.
wherever you brew your coffee, you put it in there and you just leave it in the fridge for like 12 hours. So it brews over time as opposed to
Okay.
heat extraction.
Okay.
So generally it's a lot less acidic. It almost tastes a little bit more sweet because you're not burning, like you're not boiling the beans,
Okay.
you're not boiling the grounds. It's just time it's like yeah, it just tastes less acidic, less strong, more smooth. And yeah, I like it.
You like it more than normal coffee, or is it just like a thing? Now I have like a, let's
In
say,
the
cold brew.
summer I prefer cold brew.
Oh yeah, I get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
but and also I like to make cold brew to put into a smoothie. So I like having both. I like variety.
Do you live on the coast in Canada?
No, I live now. So Canada is really big, and there
Yeah.
are a ton of different environments. There's
Yeah.
2 coasts. There's prairies, like desert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, there's heavy forest. There's the Arctic.
Oh,
Where
I
I
love the
live,
forests. What I've seen on YouTube. I love to go to Canada one day. I really do
it's
love to go to Canada one
it's
day, just because of
beautiful.
nature, 1 week nature or whatever, just to
Yeah,
spend time
so
in the nature.
the time it took me to fly between Toronto and London
Mm.
is the same amount of time it would take me to fly out to the west coast of Canada to see my
Wow.
family. So, it's not it's very big, right? Like, it'd be like a 7-hour flight, 6-hour flight to get across the country. Um, I live near Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent most of my time in Toronto and Ottawa, like the big cities
Yeah.
in Ontario. And I've recently moved back out to the country, kind of near Niagara Falls, but right on
Really?
Lake Ontario. So
Nice.
I live right on Lake Ontario, right on the lake. I live on like a little island in Lake Ontario, and it's a wine country. It's beautiful. The weather is great, and yeah, it's really nice.
You have also snow over there, right? Like big
Oh
time?
yes,
Big
oh
time.
yes.
Mm.
Big time snow, yep. So
The
nobody
last time,
has little cars, like, you can't have, like, an Astro or a Skoda or anything like that because it just my mother one time got a Ford Fiesta,
oh
which is the
wow.
smallest Ford you can get, and
Yeah,
she had it 1 year, and then she had to exchange it for something a little bigger because it just couldn't handle the winter.
it's crazy. That's
Yep.
really crazy. Do do you also do you meditate? Do you have like like I don't want to maybe yeah like a spiritual thing going on or something that you say okay like inner peace or just gather your thoughts or something like that? Because I'm big in this. I really do love my 10 minutes just sitting in the dark, closing the eyes, just thinking about stuff. Do you have something like this similar?
Well, I thought the point of meditation was to not think about everything. You're supposed to clear your mind of
Yeah.
thoughts.
For this, like I said, it's like a spiritual thing. Depends how you take it. Some meditate. For example, Shane Walker, the basketball player that I had on the
Mhm.
podcast, he's meditating, right? I like to gather my thoughts. Means I think about
Yeah.
how I plan the day or what has to be done or whatever. Have my time with the coffee. Let's say, like with the date with my coffee, and yes,
I
everybody's
I
different,
wouldn't
right?
s I wouldn't say that I have any type of spiritual component to me,
Mm.
but I definitely think that mental health and emotional health is part of the bigger picture. So a mental, emotional, or well, I would say like mental, emotional, social, and physical. Those are kind of my three. I try and keep those three things in balance. So that emotional, mental component, I make sure to go like I try to get to my therapist as frequently as I can. I kind of
Mm-hmm.
treat it like seeing the doctor or cleaning your teeth. So I try to stay in touch with her and do work with her as much as I can.
That's cool.
I try to go to the gym every day for that physical component
Yeah.
because that's just it's you feel better overall when you're physically feeling good. And
Do you,
then um and then I try to be I'm very very social. So I try to plan out to make sure that I see my friends all the time. Even if now in COVID
yeah.
time, if we're having a movie night and me and all my girlfriends we're all watching the same movie at the same time and we've got
That's cool.
popcorn and,
That's
you
cool.
know,
I never
so
thought about this. Okay, one, two, three, click on. Now we watch the movie all together. Like on
yes,
Skype
yeah,
or something like this. This is cool.
exactly.
That's
Yeah, well, we'll
nice.
use like we'll have a big Google Hangout and it's nice to be able to see all of your friends that you
Oh
normally
yeah,
see in real life, you know?
that's so
So,
true.
yeah.
So you have something like a go-to in case something you want to talk to someone or whatever. So you have someone like go
Yes.
to.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really good.
Exactly. Yeah. So I try and just keep those things in balance. And then a big thing for me in the past year has been trying to find some alone time and enjoy it. So have
Yeah.
time that I don't plan anything, which is very difficult for me. I tend to, if I have a block of time, I'll fill it with something. And I make myself really busy and then I get frustrated that I'm so busy and even though it's my own problems. So I that's a big thing is that I need to start blocking out time. So I've started making it so that I don't plan anything on Fridays or Saturdays. Those
Okay.
are my I've been trying really hard to leave those days free. I don't always succeed, but that's sort of been the goal this year has been to try and leave Friday, Saturdays open.
That's
Um
cool.
so
you also write like journeys or something like this, because I remember that my sisters wrote journeys like a
Like a
notepad or
journal?
whatever. A journal, yeah, sorry, journal. Do you write? Do you do something like that?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
When I was younger, I did a lot of
Yeah, my
writing.
sister as well. So I
Um,
remember.
but now not so much. I feel like my creative, so I have a therapist, like I'll talk to the therapist instead, and
Yeah.
we can text, like we have a secure texting platform, so even when I'm in this weird time zone, I can like
You can.
text her
Okay.
things, and
That's
she'll
cool.
send me kind of like homework. So it'll be like a worksheet that'll be
Mm-hmm.
like talking, like it's sort of like touching base with yourself and
That's
focusing
cool.
on yourself a little bit. So I do those type of things, which kind of replace that journaling aspect from when I
Yeah,
was young.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So because you can recapitulate on what you've done or what you did, and
Hmm.
the other person can help you doing some stuff that you might need to work with or help with. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. So like
That's really cool.
I'll send her, I'll do all of that, and then she'll say, like, oh, well, you seem really busy. Here's some
Yeah.
great ways that you can de-stress or relax or whatever. So yeah, so that's been very important, and but that's sort of the journaling aspect of my life now.
That's cool. So you also said at the beginning that you come basically like from Sims, right? So I want to go back to that a little bit. Um,
Mhm.
how you come from Sims to FPS shooters? What the heck? I mean, there's like two different worlds. Like, I mean, I understand the people that are interested in learning. Let's say Tarkov is really specific, maybe really
Mhm.
hard because it has a really steep learning curve, and I suck. I do suck. I play. My main is Scav. I like to go in
Yeah.
Scav all the time. My inventory has I'm on EAD, but my inventory has a free space of a 5x5. The rest I don't want to sell. The thing is, oh, I like this. I can't sell this. I might need it for the hideout one day. And my PMC is level 6. My Scav is like level 20 almost. This is crazy. I said, man, come on. But how you come from Sims, let's say, playing like simulations or these kind of
Yeah.
games
So
to Tarkov?
I was a huge fan of not just The Sims, but like City Skylines was a big one, like city builders, so Civilization, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, all those
I
strategy
remember this. I remember
games.
this. Depends. I don't know how old you are, but I remember when the Amiga was out, like Civ 1 or whatever, you know,
I never
or
had
or
the
or C, what is it, Atari or C64 or something like that. We
the
started with those
Commodore
kind of.
64.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a little before my time, but
Okay.
I started on PC doing like Civilization and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then we had an N64, and my dad got us the two James Bond games, of course, GoldenEye, the
Yeah, Gold.
classic,
Oh, I remember GoldenEye. I
and The
remember
World Is
GoldenEye.
Not Enough was the
Yeah.
other one. And then he would just kind of pick us up stuff. Like we didn't, read in a magazine a game that we wanted, then he would go and buy it. He would just, he was in the tech field as well. So when
Yeah.
he would come across something that he thought we would like, he would bring it home. So he got those for us. He got a big pack of like the first four Tomb Raiders. Um,
We
and
played them
then
as well. Tomb Raider
yeah,
1 and
and
2.
we pplayed. I think Fable was on the first Fable. I think was
Oh
on
yeah. Yeah.
N64.
Was as
So
well
we played.
console, I think.
Yeah, and then we always kind of played a variety of games. And then I would play what I liked in City Skylines and Sims and all those type of games was watching the progress of
Mhm.
building the city, building a house, and they would often speed it up. So they would do what they call a speed build, where they would, they might have been
Yeah,
playing.
I know. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they'd be playing City Skylines for 8 hours, and they condense it into a 40-minute video, and they would narrate over it. And I
Oh,
loved those, and that's how I started. I would record building a house or something like that, and then I would speed it up and narrate it.
Okay.
Um,
That's
and
cool. That's
yeah, so
really
that's why
good.
I started. Then on Twitch, I kind of very, very early on, right around when I was affiliated, so 2 years or so ago,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had a friend who only played shooters on his stream. And he had, and it's something I still do to this day. Every Sunday, he had something called his Super Squad, which were his close friends, and they
Oh
would
yeah,
play.
I've
They
seen
played
you play that.
PUBG. Yeah, so there was four of them playing PUBG, and
Yeah,
then they all moved to Rainbow Six Siege, and so which is a
yeah,
5-man squad, and they
yeah.
had space for one more person, and I would watch and play, and I had played Siege like 10 hours or less, but I really liked it. And it was
Okay.
like
I
it was like
think
the
this game
first
is so
shooter that
hard.
I
I
loved.
think this
Yeah,
game is so tactical, so hard. It's like,
yeah,
okay, it's not only a shooter because you have like the most thing is tactical. The rest
yes,
is I don't want to say luck, but the rest is head clicking, right?
yeah. So, but I loved watching it. I loved, and I had just sort of dipped my toe in the water, and
Okay.
they thought it would be really fun to have me be part of this Sunday crew because I was such a newcomer.
Okay. We need
So,
someone. We need someone to laugh. Let's go. Yeah, come on,
yeah,
Amanda. Let's play. Let's play, Amanda.
yeah, and
Okay.
I just was a good fit personality wise. It was fun, and so we've done that every Sunday for 2 years now,
Wow.
just about 2 years, and
That's a long time. 2 years.
yeah,
That's a long
it's
time.
like being in a band,
Oh yeah.
um, and that was I just really loved Rainbow Six Siege. It was the game that made me love shooters,
That's cool.
and
I like that
um,
thought.
yeah, and so from there, once I started really liking Siege, I started playing other shooters,
Mm.
not just multiplayer. So like, Borderlands. I played through all of Borderlands as well, which I would have
I
played before
wanted. I think I didn't play. No, I didn't. I didn't play Borderlands. I didn't play.
Borderlands. Yeah.
I started with. I think I started with Counter Strike. Then I went like. Then I went to PUBG. I really love PUBG until the point that I got really sick of PUBG. And then I went basically straight to Tarkov, and then I said, "Nah, man, I can't play Tarkov. Man, I'm a chicken. I can't do that." I was so afraid of getting shot all the time, and I'm still to this day. I'm gear fear and
Yep.
death and so on. I said, "No, come on, no."
So
So
so yeah, so I
I'm
played
fighting with that.
Siege, I played a little bit of Overwatch, normally as
Mm.
a shooter character.
Yeah.
Um, I played a little bit of PUBG, but it was never great with my computer, so it was always kind of sketchy. I played Call of Duty quite a
Oh
lot.
yeah. Yeah, you're
Um,
right. Call of Duty. I forgot
yeah,
about that.
I loved Call of Duty is like a fun arcade
Oh
experience,
yeah.
and when you come from Siege or Tarkov, Call of Duty becomes a little bit easier.
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. But unfortunately, I think like these, let's say AAA games, they have too many cheaters and they don't care.
Yeah.
Almost, I don't want to say that, but yeah, it is what it is. So
Yeah. Um,
I don't like that so much. This part of the gaming, right?
yeah. So I've only really seriously played FPS games the past year and a half or
Mm,
so. So I'm very new to shooters. I'm not good. And
me as
I
well.
had a lot of friends who were trying to get me into Tarkov before I got involved with the community. And
Mm.
it was so technical, and there was so much that you need to know.
Overwhelming, overwhelming.
It seemed like a commitment I did not want to make. And so always said no, 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 no. And my main group of gaming friends, even all my FPS friends, didn't
Yeah,
want to, like, it was too much for them.
yeah,
But I had a couple of them, like maybe 5 friends who loved it and were always looking for new people to play with and people to show everything to. And then I got hired to do the first charity stream for Pestily, and I obviously didn't know anything about Tarkov or the
yeah.
community. I didn't know who
Same
he was.
here.
I didn't know. who he was or anything. And then I did the charity stream, and then afterwards, of a bunch of people who just liked me on his stream came to
Mm.
my stream, started watching me there, and I, was waffling, saying, "Oh, I think I'm just gonna stay with Siege. I don't think I'm gonna play
Oh
Tarkov.
yeah.
It's too hard, and I don't want to buy it because I'm not gonna play it." And someone bought it for me and
Yeah.
said, "Here, now you have no excuse."
Now you have no excuse. I
Yeah.
totally understand what you mean. I really totally understand what you mean. I'm writing
So
my in a
yeah, so
sec. Just
a viewer bought it for me, and then I, in the beginning, a bunch of Pestly's moderators helped me, and kind of they sort of introduced me to the game, and then my normal gaming friends caught wind of the fact that I was playing Tarkov, and
and they jumped in as well.
oh yeah, so it was yes, and
I
so now
love
I
that.
play it every
I
single
love it.
Tuesday on my stream.
What do you like more still? You still like more the chilly games, or you prefer to have it more like the FPS shooter?
I think for me, I like something like Red Dead or
Oh, okay.
Borderlands, where it's in between. And I can't I I'm not I don't have a favorite of anything, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
I understand.
Music, food, movies. I'm one of those people who cannot pick a favorite thing. It depends on how I feel, and I
So
can't play the
true.
same thing forever. So
So true. That's me. That's totally me.
yeah, so like there are days when I just want to go into Call of Duty and
Kick some
play
heads. Yeah.
some
Yeah.
TDM, and some days I want to go onto my Stardew Valley farm and
I've seen you play that. This looks also interesting. I think this
yeah,
looks also
yeah,
interesting, this game. Super
or
interesting.
yeah, so that's and there are times when there's a game that I love and I will play it nonstop
Non-stop.
and
Mm.
then almost ruin it for me. So, and
Yeah.
then I have to take a little break. So right now I'm taking a break from Sea of Thieves, even though I loved Sea of Thieves. I played it
I think it's a good
nonstop for
game.
like a year. I played Sea of Thieves,
I think it's a
and
good game.
yeah, and I had every single achievement and
Wow.
commendation. I
Okay.
was only playing Sea of Thieves for a year, and then I kind of ruined it for myself because I made it so that I had done everything and I was just waiting for the next update to finish all the new content, and then I would go back to basically because I finished everything, all the content, I was just
Mm.
playing PvP, and I got burnt out on it. So,
Yeah, I
and
understand.
but I played it every day for a year. So,
I
um, and I
I
miss it, and I'm hoping
yeah.
to come back to it soon. Now that I've taken like a couple months off.
I think they're still working on updates and stuff, right? So I
Oh
think
yes,
it can be
absolutely.
definitely better because at the beginning, I don't want to say it was garbage because it looked fun, right? Because a lot of people played it,
Yeah.
but a lot of people also quick stopped playing it, right? So I think they're working on it and there will come updates, so it'll be a lot better.
Oh, it's a totally different game from when it first started, and I am in touch with a lot of developers. I actually was supposed to be meeting with a bunch of them here
Oh,
when
okay.
I was in the UK, but because of COVID, I can't.
Yeah.
So hopefully next trip. But they are a very passionate, dedicated, and talented team, and they um, really care about their game. They really
Mm.
care about their community, and they've been um, extremely accessible, in my opinion. And I'm not part of their partner program or anything like that, but they've been, when there have been times when I've done a charity event and I reach out to them and they'll send me, keys and
That's
DLC to
cool.
give away. Like they're
That's
pretty
really
great
good.
about that. So
That's my feeling about Scum as well. You know,
yeah.
DayZ, Scum. I like Scum better. I don't know why. I played the heck out of Scum when it came out. Now I also said, man, I can't. At the moment, it's fine. You know, I just wait and then we see what happens. But I feel the same. You know, I feel the same about Scum like you about Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah.
So
You do everything in it, and
yeah,
you
100%.
just burn yourself out on it a little bit. But I did that with Call of Duty as well, where I played before Warzone. I
Mm.
played so much multiplayer, so much Call of Duty multiplayer, to the point where I was just bored of it because I had been playing it like every night
Non-stop,
nonstop.
yeah. I get
Yep,
you there.
I did that with Red Dead as well. Like when I find a game I like, sometimes I burn out on it. So I mean,
Understandable, huh? You sit on there
I've
all the
played
time.
Skyrim. I've played Skyrim. Like I've
These
probably done
games are
every
the
single
classics.
faction. You know?
These games. We grew up with these games. These are the classics. Like everybody know about these games.
Yeah. Like I
Something
just
happened.
restarted playing Skyrim on the Switch when I
Oh,
came
really?
here.
I think
Yes.
it's. Oh, really? Wow. Is it the first one? No, I think it's a new one, right? They made it like an update on Skyrim.
Skyrim, there's the special edition, which is
Yeah.
updated.
I think they also
Um,
made something on the graphics and other stuff. It's like
Not on the
remodeled.
Switch, but on PC, yeah.
Okay.
I yeah. So on PC and everything except the Switch, because the Switch they had to downgrade everything, right? Because
Oh
it's
yeah
such
yeah 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 yeah
a
yeah.
console. Um, but it's still fun.
Do you have a laptop or your PC setup? Can I
I have
ask?
a PC.
Okay.
I have a tiny little laptop.
Like a travel
Uh,
thing.
yeah, it's like a small Asus laptop
Mm-hmm.
that you can take the screen off and it turns into a tablet. Like I have a
Oh,
little
that's good. It's nice.
little thing
Neaty.
like that I barely use. I have a Nintendo Switch that I use all the time, and then I have at home I have my PC.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, as voice actor, you would be perfect for GTA 5.
Oh, you
Like
think so?
like
Yeah.
they're like these RP servers, right?
Yes. Yes,
You would
I
be
know all
perfect.
about that.
You would be perfect for that.
Yeah. So a lot of people have reached out to me about GTA and
Hmm.
DayZ and Red Dead roleplay
Yeah.
servers. And I've looked into them, and I have like I'll watch 41,
Yeah.
who's another voice actor.
Yeah. I know. I
I'll
want to
watch.
talk to him as well. He already said yes, but he has no
He's
time.
Yeah, he's a really really wonderful guy,
Yeah.
but I'll watch him play role
USEC
play
2, huh?
stuff.
No, USEC 3? USEC 3
Three.
is
He's
USEC.
USEC 3, yeah. And yeah, he's a really nice person that I met
Yeah.
through when we both did that charity stream. But I'll watch him do it, but it's not enough gameplay for me, and
Oh, okay.
um, I um I don't know. It's just not for me, I don't think, but I do watch some other people play it, and I
Yeah,
watch some other actors play it.
he's playing the heck out of GTA 5. He is playing the
Mhm.
heck out of GTA 5. But
Yeah.
also for me, I can't identify myself with playing the game in an RP situation thing. I don't
Yeah.
know, because it is like kind of acting, right? So it's like you have really
Oh,
a
yeah,
role, you have
absolutely.
to really go into the role, you have to really think about these kind of things, and it can be stressful as well, I
I
think.
prefer to do something if I was gonna do some type of improv
Mm.
RPG storytelling game, I would prefer to play Dungeons& and Dragons with my friends.
Oh, okay.
Um, and, during the first lockdown, I was on a friend's Dungeons and Dragons stream every Saturday.
Okay.
But then people, went back to work and they weren't be able to do it every Saturday. But we did D&D every Saturday. And then in real life, my friends and I will play Dungeons and Dragons or other tabletop games. And I would prefer to do something like that where it has a little bit more structure. There's something to actually go and do. I find that RP is a lot of just social interaction, which is great.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for more of a game experience. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like
Understand what you
Dungeons
mean.
and Dragons or Pathfinder is better for me. Something I
I
enjoy
got you.
more.
Before we end, I have some stuff. I have something prepared. You're gonna like it. But before we do that, I have basically last question, like the depends, last question for your streaming stuff, right? So the
Sure.
worst piece of advice that someone gave you and the best piece of advice in case someone wants to start streaming, in case someone like to get into content creation. What is the best or the worst piece of advice? Doesn't matter in which role you do it, even, up to you.
So, in terms of bad advice, there's a lot of bad advice. And I think some of the worst advice that I've been given is you have to do XYZ or you will not be successful. You have to do
Oh, yeah.
things this exact way or you will not be successful. People think that there's one way to do things, and because they had success with it or somebody else had success with it, that's the way everyone is going to be successful. But the issue is, in such a new medium, there's no long-term, if you say you were opening a brick and mortar shop, if you are opening a brick and mortar, people have been opening shops for hundreds of thousands of years. So there's a lot of time and information.
That's so true. That's so
base
true.
advice on. In newer mediums like Twitch or even like TikTok, if you wanted to become like a TikTok star, there's no
rule
history that is going to be, if you do this, you will have the best chance of success. And people also think, okay, so and so told me to do this and they are successful. I'm going to do it and then be successful as well. There's no magic. There's no magic thing that you can do that's going to make you successful, because it's just
so true.
It's just like having like anything where you can write the best script for a movie. You can have all the greatest talent who want to do it. You can have an amazing director signed on, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't get off the ground. And that's
so true.
The way it is. You can open a restaurant and have the best chef and a great location. You can have a beautiful interior, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. And you might have to try a bunch of different things until you find something that works for you and the audience and community that you are trying to build. So I would say there's a lot of advice out there and a lot of it is bad, but I would say to avoid any advice that says you must do this or you will fail.
I like that. I like the thought. I like the thought a lot.
The best advice that I've had, and it is very common advice on Twitch, is to be consistent. And that is something that you will see across, anytime you look up how to be successful on Twitch or YouTube, it's always consistency. Have a routine, try and stick to it. Even if you say, okay, there's only 2 days a week where I can commit to this time, add those to your slot. If you can do more, great, but you have to be consistent.
So true.
Because people need to know where you are and what you're doing and when to expect you, because otherwise they're going to start, they're not going to know. And so just being consistent is the best advice that I've received.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Because I feel the same, when you start something, be consistent, do it, stick to a routine, basically, when you have a schedule, whatever, stick to it.
And one thing that I never see on any of these advice lists and that I think is vital and something that I notice the most is that people will waffle and they'll say, oh, I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not doing this to be successful. I don't want to become partner, etc. But they're only saying that so that if they fail, they can say that, oh, I didn't want that anyway. And you need to be honest with yourself as a content creator.
Have a goal. You need to have a goal, 100%.
If you want that, you don't need to admit it to anybody, but
Yeah.
you have to be true to yourself and say, this is what I want to do. And you have to put in the effort to make your stream look professional. Just, you don't need to spend a ton of money, but you need to have, make sure that you have information in your panels, make sure that you have a schedule there, make sure people know where to find you. Start being active in a community that you genuinely identify with. You need to put in the time to make sure that all those details are sorted out. And throughout all of that, if you honestly in your heart want to do well, you have to treat it like a small business from the beginning, and you have to be professional, whether that's with other broadcasters or your friends or
100%.
on your social media, making sure that you have spell check on. That is something that I don't see everywhere. And that is my number one piece of advice from me, is to be professional.
I like that a lot. You're really right. Also, another thing is what I think, it is not easy to be a streamer. It is not just to click a button. It is not just to click a button. You have to really invest the time. I remember when I started, I thought, man, I set the stream up in one day. 2 weeks later, game, come on, man, Tobias, you're still not done. 2 weeks later. So it is not that easy as everybody, of the viewers think, okay, it's just to push a button, right? Later on, maybe yes, because it's almost like to push a button and you're live. But this does not mean that you have the quality. You have to look for the lighting, for the camera. You have to check this, double check that, check this, notifications, blah, blah, blah. It's not that easy. Not that easy.
No. And if it was easy to be successful, everyone would be doing
100%.
100%. And it's not easy to be successful, no matter what. And even if you have everything perfect, technically, you still need to build an audience and a community, and that is the hardest part,
Yeah, so true. 100%. I really agree with that. My daughter's doing something over the door, on the door. I hope it's not going over in the stream. Anyway, do you stream today? Yesterday I asked you, I'm really sorry. In Pesley's chat, I thought it's not. I didn't thought about that. To ask, but to not ask.
Yeah,
I
never talk about my stream and other people's streams chat unless they ask me specifically.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I do. I should be. So this is my last week in the UK, so my schedule might be a little off. I might take some extra days. I should be streaming Tarkov tonight. But it just depends on, because it's my last week. If I have a chance to do something and it's like my last chance to do it, 100%. I'll probably go to that. Because I haven't really been taking a lot of days off while I've been here. So, but because it's my last week, my schedule, I might be playing hooky a couple days.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right? You just like a little bit time off, you have now the time to have some time off. And then when you go back, it's like, again, like the normal routine, like working and doing stuff and so on. So why not?
And I've been doing, I've recorded, I've had some voice gigs while I've been here. So I've been doing some, I've been able to do, like I just recorded, I think yesterday I sent off a radio ad. And then before that, I had been hired to do some other work. And so I've been I've been kind of keeping up with everything while I've been here. But now that I'm in the last week, I might, call in sick a couple days. I don't know yet.
Do you look forward to Pesley's charity stream again? I would love to see you there. I think you're there again, like always. Pesley's picking you again, right?
December 6th, we will be doing another charity stream for Starlight. Yes. So I will be there. I went for the world. Yes, of course, I will be there for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that I'm, when it comes to Starlight, I will cancel everything I have to be there for Starlight.
That's really good. I like the foundation. I like the thoughts that Pesley put into that. I really do like all the streamers that put together the effort or the work, even if it's like in a community of many streamers, to raise funds for something good. Not a lot of people out there do these things. So I really, really think Twitch, like as a community, is really good at that. I really respect that. It's really, really nice.
There's two charities that I do the most work for. One of them is Starlight Children's Foundation, obviously, which is children's hospitals. And then the other is Special Effect. I do a lot of things with Special Effect, which is another UK-based charity that is all about accessibility in gaming. Like making sure that they like develop inclusive peripherals and things like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really nice. Okay, before we end this podcast, this awesome conversation, I really loved to talk to you. Let me say this. Really, really, let's say helpful and informational for me as like person to get to know you better. But before we end this conversation, I want to play a game with you. I call it Thunder and Lightning.
Okay.
I'll give you 10 words, okay, or phrases, and you have to answer with just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay, rapid fire.
You can answer in a phrase, or you can answer in one word as well. Okay?
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. First word. Family.
Mother.
Passion.
Work.
Favorite word.
Moist.
I thought so. This was obvious, okay? I prepared that before. Come on. Next. Go to action. We answered this already, but anyway, go to action when it gets tough, like tough times or you feel stuck.
Friends.
Okay. Your team or Twitch family.
Brother. No, do you want me to explain that one a little bit more?
I thought I've seen a post of yours.
Yeah. So my general Chaos Live is the person who I started Super Squad, like who did Super Squad, and like we've built up together. Basically, we've come up together in Twitch, and we have adopted each other as brother and sister.
That's cool. I love that. So, I really do love that.
Most of my closest friends who are like family are in that community. So, yeah.
So he's like a soulmate, right? Yes. You don't know why, but it is like this. It's like connected. It's like this.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
I have this with my business partner. He's over 60. And this is crazy. I met him the first time like 15 years ago in Miami, and he helped me out with a lot of stuff, and he didn't want to have any cent. I said, what? This never happened to me, right? And now he's my business partner. This is ridiculous. The same. Yeah. I love that. I really do love that. I really love that. Next one, mindset.
Focused.
Okay. Tough times.
Pragmatism.
Idols.
Dolly Parton.
What? Word. Okay.
Dolly Parton.
Okay. Your first $1,000 on Twitch.
Equipment. It all went to equipment.
Okay, but I mean, like thoughts, feeling, what you think. I mean,
I really,
crazy.
I was really focused, and I thought, this is all going into equipment and voice lessons, and it's
a reinvestment. It's like I said, business.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one, RealAmanda's future.
Ooh. I think work as well. All I can think about is work. It's going to be a lot of focus and work and
Okay.
determination.
I
I
got you.
feel like I'm just at the beginning, so I've got a big mountain to climb.
I feel there, but I'm totally sure that you manage. I mean, what I've seen so far, I like to hang out in your chat, even if I'm working on site, right? I like to listen to you, you know, see what's
Mhm.
going on. It's really nice.